fun ride at the State Fair turned into a real scare for those two with injuries. The safety harness broke on a ride called the Sky Fire.
Yeah, the two spoke exclusively with us about what happened during that ride, and what added insult to injury was what happened when the ride was over.
The cage, when we came down, I felt my shoulder like separate and come back in.
Matt Landon says he suffered torn muscles and a separated shoulder while on this ride at the State Fair.
You know, the ride was only a couple minutes, but it felt like an eternity.
Oh, he and his sister, who was videotaping it on her phone, said they couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and he was literally bracing himself like on the cage with his hands and his feet and like anything he could to keep himself, you know, from bouncing around.
Oh my God!
There's no strap or anything to keep it secure. That's why when it snapped, I got really scared because I was like, nothing else is holding me.
They consider themselves lucky nothing else went wrong.
I was able to hold myself and brace myself, but who's to say that a little boy was on the same side that I was on and that operator didn't fix it and it popped out on him.
I don't even know what you're gonna hold on to. Oh my God!
When they got off the ride, they told the operator what happened.
And he just, like, he didn't even acknowledge it, like he didn't care. He just went and let other people on, and it was just like, okay, well then we'll speak to somebody higher than you.
And that's exactly what they did. Then the carnival pulled that chair once the state fair manager heard about what happened. By the way, you can watch that entire video over at KRDO.com. And even though they pulled that chair, as for the rest of the ride, it's still open tonight.
Fair employees believe the Sky Fire and all of the others are safe. Continuing our team coverage, KRDO News Channel 13's Michelle San Miguel spoke with fair employees about the mishap.
I don't even know what you're gonna hold on to. Oh my God! It was a frightening time at the State Fair for Tawny Martinez and her brother Matt Landon. They have the video to prove it.
So he wasn't in the ride tight enough, but he was never really in any sort of danger or anything like that.
Dude, his thing came up. We asked the State Fair's ride inspector how the safety restraint became loose.
Don't know how this happened.
We showed this video to several families at the fair.
That's crazy.
Would you let your grandson ride that?
Probably not at his age, you know, just wants to be kept, we want everybody safe.
I'm not surprised because I'm pretty sure this kind of stuff happens every once in a great while.
I've rode it twice and I can honestly say the way that they have the guard around you too, nothing could happen.
The fair's ride inspector says this ride, along with all of the rides at the fair, get inspected daily.
If we find anything wrong, it's fixed or it's not being used.
Even though the ride is back up and running, the seat with that loose harness has been removed as ride inspectors look into what happened.
Hogard says it's possible the teen accidentally pushed a release above the seat, which loosens the harness.
There is a release, and we have had this happen before, where people will, if you're sitting in a seat, if you reach up here and grab that, it will come up.
Even so, the fair plans to bring this ride back next year. In Pueblo, Michelle San Miguel, KRDO, News Channel 13.
The fair's general manager says there has never been an accident that's resulted in a serious injury. Crabtree Amusements operates the ride. The owner did not return our request for an interview.